Are you a victim? I'm going to talk about being a victim. A number of people that I follow on YouTube discuss this regularly. Part of the reason why I'm doing these YouTube videos is I follow people that do almost an identical thing, not copying them anyway, but what I think it is, I find it more interesting than TV. When I have a little bit of time, I'm on my chill out phase, I would rather watch YouTube. Simple fact of the matter is, it's keeping it real. It's people giving an insight into their lives and what they're doing. And for me personally, I find that interesting, more interesting than a soap opera. I like documentaries. Having said that, they're pretty realistic, but you can see it's in the moment now. This is my house, and I'm talking just now. First thing that comes into my head. But the victim theme seems to crop up quite a bit. Are you a victim? Am I a victim? Are we all victims? And by victim, I mean, do you feel intimidated? Are you not doing things because you feel you can't do them or you're not qualified to do them? Are people taking advantage of you? It's an interesting topic. I think every single person in the world is a victim at some point in time. The majority of it is you're a victim by yourself. Nobody forces you to do things. Nobody makes you do things. You're your own victim. If you are a victim, you're causing the issue yourself. I'll give you a good example, and I hope the person doesn't mind me saying this. I was in Costa about a week and a half ago, but for some reason, every now and again, I keep seeing the Costa situation just play back in my mind sporadically from time to time. And I was standing in the queue, I was looking for a decaf cappuccino, and I could hear a conversation in the background, as you do. You quite often, there was people sitting directly behind me, two guys. And this isn't a sexist thing, by the way, for any women watching. It was just the conversation I heard at the time. And it was a guy talking about how he'd split up with his girlfriend. And his girlfriend was still in contact with him. She had moved on, she had a new boyfriend. However, she was phoning this guy who was in Costa, having a conversation with his mate regularly. And he was talking about this to his mate. And I think you could tell that he still cared for her, was in love with her, or whatever it is you want to call it. Because obviously he was talking about the situation, and you could tell he was happy that the fact that it would appear that she still needs him or needs to be reassured. She has a new boyfriend, that was quite apparent. And by the way, I'm not being nosy, but you can't help but overhear sometimes these conversations. And to be honest, I found it interesting to listen to. I did find it interesting. I'm a people watcher, sometimes sit in a cafe, you pick up on things and you find it interesting because you can adapt it to a situation you've been in yourself at some point in your life, and so it's interesting. There's no getting away denying it. People can't say, oh, you're nosy, you're nosy. Everybody would be interested. So anyway, he was commenting on the fact that she keeps calling him. She's told him she's going on holiday to Benidorm, actually. It's amazing that I can remember this. I just can. I can remember things like that. And, blah, blah, blah. She wants to get this to wear, that to wear. What does he think? So, your own opinion, is this guy a victim? Yes, this guy is a victim. And I felt sad for him and I felt sorry because in the 3 or 4 minutes I was standing in the queue listening to this, the guy sounded like a nice guy. Obviously, there was no bad situation. This woman's still contacting him. He seems to really like it. I don't know, but it wouldn't appear that he had moved on. So that this guy is a victim, and it's an unfair situation. And obviously, this woman feels like she still needs to control the situation, or she's not fully happy in her new relationship, and she still requires part of the old relationship. Again, not being sexist. If there'd been two women sitting there talking about a guy, and I'd heard the same conversation, I would have mentioned it as well. More than likely, anyway. So not a sexist thing. I'm not saying that women are using. It could have quite easily been the other way around, so please nobody get offended on that. So I found it interesting, and I got my decaf cappuccino, and I was walking away, and I couldn't help but think to want to go to say to this person, you know, she's using you. I'm sorry. Maybe on a subconscious level, she doesn't realize she's doing it. Maybe she genuinely still cares for this guy, but not in the boyfriend girlfriend way, or the, you know, I don't need to spell it out. But you know, chances are I would have got a crack in the jaw or something. Is none of my business. But this person's been a victim, you know, and we're all victims of different things from time to time. So what he really needs to do is delete the situation, get out the situation, have the experience, learn from the experience, remember about the experience so we can adapt it into another situation, but not to go back. It's not a good idea, you know. It's not a French now. That doesn't work. It just doesn't work, you know. So this is being a victim, you know. We're all victims at some point in time, and you need to get above that. You need to rise above it. Don't be a victim, all right? I can't go out today. It's raining. I've got a sore head. I'm not feeling good. Fucking hell. Don't be a victim, you know. Jesus. We're all good at looking for excuses not to do things, why we can't move on. I'm ill. I'm sick. I've got this disease. I've got this illness. I am sympathetic to anyone who is unwell, has an illness, has cancer, has a heart problem. Very, very sympathetic. And it's a very hard thing to deal with. And I know that from personal experience. But we can't be a victim. You know, we're not here. I keep harping on about this. We're not here for very long. You need to get out and make the most of your life. Why should you let something stop you from doing something? You know, I know people that say, I'm ill, I've got this, I've got that, I can't really do this, you know, get over it, get over it. I see films and pictures on Facebook of guys riding on the track, doing good performances with one leg, with one arm. I have a heart condition, and I'm not going on about me. It's not. It's an example because I have a problem, and I'm not being a victim to that problem. You know, don't race your bike, don't do this, don't do that. Well, that was in 2005. It's 2014 now. I'm still here. I'm alive and kicking. I attempted to break a Guinness World Record. I've raised numerous funding for the British Heart Foundation through cycling events. I have an amazing wife, an amazing daughter. I've got a decent job. I work a lot of hours. I've got the family. I ride my bike. I've got a heart problem, you know, and I still have the heart problem. It's not been fixed. Am I a victim? No, because I'm doing something about it. So, again, it's not about me. It's about you. Don't be a victim. Don't look for excuses. It's easy to look for excuses. I've done it myself for 9 months when I first found out I had an issue. And the reality is, why waste your time worrying about it? Just get on with things. Just get on with things. Do what you want to do, okay? We have to be sensible within reason. You know, sometimes people just physically can't do things, but it doesn't stop them from doing other things or alternatives, you know. So, top and bottom of the story is, just do it. Just do it. Don't be a victim. Stop being a victim. End of story. All right? Enjoy your weekend. Thank you.